The man was shocked to find out that even though he donated 300 tons of grain to the villagers every month, they were still starving and begging on the streets. He rushed to the company's porridge station to check things out, but there wasn't a single person in line. Some people would rather lick bowls than go ask for a bowl of porridge. Just then, a woman came up asking for porridge. The supervisor lit up with excitement, shamelessly saying it was about time someone figured it out, then pushed the woman inside. Seeing this, the man was furious. He donated no less than 300 tons of grain every year, yet his subordinates were humiliating the villagers like this. He demanded to know where the 300 tons of grain the Gen Group sent each month had gone. The supervisor immediately claimed he was slandering him and that there was never any 300 tons to begin with. The man snapped back, saying it was written clearly in Gen Group's public promo videos every villager in Qingshui village should get 30 kilos of grain each month. The supervisor, realizing he couldn't win the argument, decided to handle it the hard way. Luckily, the manager showed up just in time to stop them. The manager told the supervisor to cool it for a few days since the company president would be visiting tomorrow. He even filled a bowl of porridge himself and politely handed it to the man. At first, the man thought maybe he'd overreacted until he noticed the porridge was full of pebbles. Then the manager started shouting for the villagers to line up for their grain, but everyone looked miserable. The man couldn't help asking why they all looked so unhappy. Wasn't getting food a good thing? An old man told him the whole thing was just for show. Every time someone from headquarters came to inspect, the manager and supervisor would hand out grain early, but once the inspectors left, they'd take all the food back. That's when the man realized why everyone looked so gloomy. He confronted the manager, asking where all the donated grain had gone. The manager pushed the blame up the chain, saying it was all headquarters' fault, and told the man to take it up with someone higher if he didn't like it. But the villagers were just ordinary folks, they'd never get the chance to meet anyone from the top. The manager knew that and used it to keep everyone under control. The man then demanded to check the grain warehouse. The manager wanted to refuse but then figured he could use this guy as a scapegoat, so he agreed. To teach him a lesson, though, he added a condition: since no one had ever opened Gen Group's warehouse before, the man would have to pay a price for being the first. He made a bet: if the warehouse turned out to be full, the man would have to lose a hand. Wanting to get justice for the villagers, the man agreed without hesitation, not realizing he was walking right into the manager's trap. When the warehouse was opened, everyone was stunned. There really was that much grain inside. The man, in disbelief, used a probe to check, and sure enough, the grain was all real, not a single bit of sand mixed in. The supervisor started showing off, saying the man had accused them of stealing, but the proof was right there. He even tapped the man's face with an axe, asking if he'd cut his own hand or needed help. The manager grinned quietly. He'd finally found someone to take the fall. But when the man glanced toward the sealed storage room, something clicked. He said the inspection wasn't over yet and rushed to open the sealed section. That sealed room held the emergency grain, normally kept locked tight to keep out rats and only used in extreme situations. The president had assumed these guys were sneaking grain out of that room to cover their shortages, but the man was too confident. When he pried open the boards, what poured out was more grain, real grain again. He froze, shocked to see that even the emergency stores were full.